Hey everyone, Carrie Beck here with Family eBiz, where we help families start and scale their online business so they can find freedom to do the things that they're called to do, to be with the people they enjoy being with. We are going to talk about online business today. And one of the coolest things that I just love about, well, there's a lot of things. I love serving. I like helping people. I like seeing people um, see transformation in their life because of things that we teach. But one of the things I like about our online business is the way that I can put parts of my business on total autopilot. And one of those is with email marketing because it can work while you sleep. When I wake up and I see people have signed up for a lead magnet and they've received an email and then they buy something. I am not there every moment of the day sending out emails. It is all set up ahead of time. In fact, this morning I was just working on a follow-up campaign with emails for one of my lead magnets, which is the Read Aloud book list. And so I was just looking at that to see what was there. Think about it. What if your email list grew and made money even while you were not working, when you were off the clock? Or this is being published in the spring. What about summer vacation? What if you are still making money? I just got back from a very quick vacation to Puerto Rico and I made some money while I was gone. Now, isn't that cool? That is actually exciting to see money in my bank account even when I am not there. So, we're going to talk a little bit about some ideas that will help you put your business on autopilot. If you are manually adding people and you're going, who would manually? I don't mean like write their name, but every day you are working to bring in leads. Every day that's all you're doing. You know what I'm talking about? It's called social media or let's just pretend there was a lady named Emily. She was running an Etsy shop and she had a blog. She would spend 2 to 3 hours every day making Instagram reels, Facebook posts, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever. She is showing up everywhere, but it feels like she is just scratching the surface, barely getting anyone to sign up. Some days she gets a couple new subscribers and others, goose egg, zero. And if she skips a day or two, nothing is happening. No leads, no sales, no nothing. That is manual lead generation. It is like filling up a bucket with a hole in the bottom, and you are just constantly filling it up. And you're pouring in time and energy, and your momentum just leaks out the bottom. You're really chasing leads. You are just chasing after them all the time. Chasing leads will burn you out. You're constantly having to create new content, social post, whatever. There is zero predictability to know what is really going to convert to a sale or to a lead, a person that will actually sign up. You're really not seeing any compound growth because let's face it, most social posts that you're chasing after, they disappear in 24 to 48 hours. So that means, oh, got to get something else out. Oh, got to get something else out. That does not work. Burnout is real. We talked about that. I'll put a link to a recent podcast that I talked about burnout. The constant hustle leads to creative fatigue and discouragement and that dreaded question, is this even working? Is it worth it? So, if you're tired of relying on that daily treadmill of always having to produce, let's get off of that manual way of getting leads and let's put this on automation. It is your best friend. It's sort of like, you may not know this, but back in ancient Greece time, they would have men constantly watching the sun to be able to tell what time it is. Then they invented something called a water clock. Do I know how it all works? No. But this water clock was on automation and it was able to, you didn't have to have a person constantly being there watching the time and being able to tell people what time it was by monitoring the sun. That's what we're talking about, automation. When you put your business on automation, you get mailbox money, you get vacation money, and you can start to convert your leads to buyers as well with just simple sales funnels. That's all it really takes. Um, so let's talk about how this is going to work. How can you put it on automation? You do need an email service provider where you're collecting your leads. And a lot of those email service providers, I know Aweber does, and I'll put a link to Aweber. You can actually, they have landing pages. You don't even need a web page. You can just use that. And you could send them from there over to your shopping cart when it's time to send them to buy something as well. And my shopping cart has a way that we can make our own sales pages in there. So you don't really have to have a website. So what is it? We're going to give a lead magnet that is a free ethical bribe. I'll give you something free and you'll give me your email and name. And then afterwards, there will be an automated sequence. The one I was working on today, they get their free read aloud lead magnet. And then the next day, the next 2 days, they're going to get some information. I'm in the homeschool niche, and this would be about Charlotte Mason and how reading aloud goes along with a better way to homeschool, a better way to give your kids education. And then on day 4, then they're going to get an offer. It's either a 24 or 48-hour offer. And it's all based on timers. I don't have to do anything. People get in that system and then they end up buying. And when they buy that thing, the emails are already set up so that over a 2-day period, they're going to get reminders and it'll tell them more about the Charlotte Mason Toolkit. Because if they got the read aloud, and then we're going to sell them something that goes along with reading out loud to your kids. So that is all on automation, completely like that. So that's one thing we can do to automate it. Another way, that is how what you're going to do when people land on your website or your landing page. The other thing you can do to really help and boost it even bigger is connect all your evergreen content. These are like blog posts. These are like podcasts or YouTube videos. And each one of them needs a call to action. And that call to action can be get my lead magnet, get my lead magnet. As soon as they get that lead magnet, they go into that automated system and then they get a purchase. They're going to buy something at the end as well. And ways that you can do this are putting a sign up form on your blog post, putting a link to sign up on the YouTube description or on Pinterest. Pinterest can send them to the freebie, or it can be SEO. We're using keywords so it drives people to the evergreen content as well. All of those are ways you can drive traffic to get them to opt in, and then it's all automated after that. So you do need some evergreen content. If you are still 2 years later just putting out content and not selling them anything, you need to stop doing that and you need to find something to sell these people, because this is not a hobby. This is a business. All right. So you want to set up your lead magnet with the automation, and then you're going to share that lead magnet in all your evergreen content as well. Sort of like Henry Ford's assembly line. You know, he revolutionized the way that they built cars by having an automated system. Your email marketing funnel or follow-up system will do the same thing. It turns a manual process, list building and selling, into a repeatable system that runs on its own. That's what you need. Now, that's sort of an overview. Lead magnet, share it in your evergreen content, put it on automation, and then start sharing that evergreen content everywhere. Now, some common mistakes that I have seen people make, and you do not want to do these, is only using social media. What converts the most to sales? It is email marketing. I can guarantee you that is how it is. Social is a good supplement, but it should not be the main dish. It is like icing on the cake, or it may be the sauce on top of the chicken. So don't just use social media. You can use it as a tool, but not just that. And then don't get complicated. So many people, they get so overcomplicated. Okay, I got this lead magnet for this, and it's going to go here, and that one over here, and blah. Oh my goodness. If you're just getting, I'm going to give you 2 things. If you're just getting started, use your email service provider, their webpage, to get people to sign up, and then just start sharing it. It will give you a link, and you can hyperlink that um, in your blog post or your podcast or wherever. Just get that link and you start sharing it on your evergreen. That's it. And then you're in your email service provider and the automation will flow. Or if you have been doing this for a while, you still don't want to overcomplicate it. I start looking at how many follow-ups I have, and it's way too many. I have really narrowed it down. Like with family eViz, I think I have 3 or 4, and that's it. And they all lead to similar things, to a paid product of some sort. Homeschool, I have a few more because I put on some events that are lead magnets. And so that is one thing. But let's say outside of the events, I have, oh, not seasonal, just regular homeschooling, 5 or 10 lead magnets. Those are ones I created over a period of 5 or 10 years. So if I were starting, don't complicate it. Start with one lead magnet and one automated follow-up sequence as well. So what are you going to do? Leave a comment. Tell me what's your lead magnet going to be as well. And I do want to give you something that's really, I think can help you build your list and get more leads. And that is my Scrappy List Building Checklist. It is some ways that you can be scrappy about adding leads to your list, finding those people and getting them on your list, and then eventually getting sales. So sign up for that. There'll be a link in the show notes. And then I'm going to link up some of the podcasts that I mentioned about SEO, YouTube, Pinterest, that type of thing. And I think I may have a couple blog posts. Those will all be in the show notes as well. So stop doing everything manually. You've got to put it on automation, and then you can. That's the whole purpose of a is so that you can put it on automation and then enjoy your friends, enjoy your family, do the things that you are called to do. Hey, I'm Carrie Beck with Family eBiz. We'll talk to you next time.